Oh boy, Santa, thank you for taking me on this magical sleigh ride. It's so much fun. And look at all the deer, they fly so well.
You're welcome, Timmy. You're such a good little boy. I thought you deserved a ride in Santa's sleigh. I also wanted to get you out of the house away from that drunkard of a father of yours.
Oh yeah, you're right, Santa. He gets really bad around the holidays. Something about his dad used to beat him with a sock full of nickels.
Yes, I saw that myself, which was very tragic. I feel for your father, Timmy. I understand why he drinks so much. Now we have to go down and deliver toys to all the other good girls and boys. We're also going down to a very, very risky part where Santa's sleigh almost got stolen twice last year. It's called the Compton.
What's Compton, Santa?
Well, let me change the radio and tell you a little story.
Gee, Santa, what's this music?
Well, it's called rap, Timmy. This was done by an awesome band called Run DMC. And I believe Aerosmith had something to do with it later on, but that was terrible.
Gee, Santa, I don't know. I don't know if I like this music.
Just give it a chance, Timmy. You gotta feel it in your soul, down in your jingle balls.
Oh, joy, Santa. I think I can feel the Christmas magic. Well, can we find another radio station?
Sure, Timmy, go ahead. Oh God, Timmy, turn it off! Turn it off now! You're making the reindeer scared! Oh my God, we're going out of control! Ah!
Oh, God, Santa, what the hell was that?
That's Paris Hilton's new song. It's the dumpster fire of the year. Much worse than Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Oh, gee, Santa, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do.
It's okay, Timmy, the moment is past. Let's try the talk radio stations instead. What's up, you guys? It's me, Nate, from Everyday Gaming Society.
And Steve.
Gee, Santa, it's the fat guy and the skinny prick from last week you told me about.
Yes, Timmy, let's sit back and enjoy the EGS Productions Podcast this week, while we go down and visit Compton and deliver gifts to all the underprivileged boys and girls. Don't forget to tip the Salvation Army's Santa Clauses, because that's how Santa Claus gets his vacation money. Sit back and enjoy the EGS Productions Podcast, boys and girls. What's up, you guys? It's me, Nate, from Everyday Gaming Society.
And Steve. Everybody, thank you for getting through that long-winded intro.
That intro was awesome.
Brought to you by fucking Nate, and we do not own any of those songs for copyright issues.
Nope, Run DMC is awesome, and Paris Hilton, just fuck off.
Yeah, so we had to get that out there. We do not own them. But we would also like to say right off the bat, please visit our iTunes in the iTunes window. Search EGS Productions, our podcast, and please give us a review. When you do, we'll go ahead and say your name, what the review was, if it's kind enough to say over our explicit podcast, and we'll say thanks.
Just give. That's the greatest gift you can give us all this holiday season, is just give us an iTunes review. It really helps us with trying to get sponsors, because that's the first thing that they look at in approaching a company and trying to get sponsorship for a podcast, because the stuff does get a little pricey after a while.
Yes.
And it will help us get more sponsors. If they see a lot of reviews, awesome reviews, even if it's just like, I love this podcast, and give us a star rating of whatever you feel like.
And the best thing about it is, as you guys may or may not know, we already donate tons of comics to the Children's Hospital, and for every review that we get on our iTunes...
EGS Productions iTunes review area, for every review that we will get, we will donate 2 comic books to the Children's Hospital in your name or our name, and we will, during the course of this month, we will put your name up on our
website somewhere, just kind of say thanks, gratitude and everything for especially the holidays being around the corner. And the best thing, you're bringing joy to our hearts, but not only our hearts, it is to a child's heart, too, that is going to get the comic when he's sick in the hospital.
Absolutely.
So that's the best fucking part right there.
Just go ahead and give us a review, and we'll gladly donate those comics to the Children's Hospital. It'll help bring joy to tons of little kids, especially during the holidays. It sucks being in the hospital, especially being very ill. You could bring joy to those kids and help them keep their minds off the pain that they're feeling.
Exactly. And while we're talking about donations and charity and whatnot, I decided for this month, and I can go with a Christmas-themed charity to donate to, but since the tragic death of Paul Walker, I decided to donate some money to his charity.
Reach Out Worldwide.
And also, since it's also December 10th right now, if you guys go out and buy the Fast and the Furious 6, the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever the copy it is, please go out and buy it. Don't rip it, don't burn it. Just go out and buy it individually, because a small proceed will go to his charity. And, that's his charity that he helped set up, and it wasn't a charity that was, done by someone else, and he was a spokesperson for it. That was his own fucking charity. So
yeah, and it's also been announced that all the royalties that he will ever get from now on, because you get royalty checks for previous films, TV shows that you've done. Every royalty check that he gets from now on, since he's passed away, will be donated directly to his charity, Reach Out Worldwide. Every dime of it will be donated to his charity. And Reach Out Worldwide is for first responders to natural disasters and anything that pops up. That his charity feels that they need their help.
So that's going to be our charity of the month, guys. Please go ahead and donate. It doesn't matter the dollar amount. If you go and donate, please tell us that you go and donate. We'll give you a shout out on the podcast. And if you want to go and brag about the donation that you made, the dollar amount, we'll go ahead and send off an email to somebody and contact the company itself, saying that we gave that many dollars, like how we did for the breast cancer. It wasn't a lot, but we got just about over $100 for the breast cancer last month. Just
go ahead and also just send us a message on Facebook or our email account, which is
EGS Productions at hotmail.com.
Just go ahead and send us a quick little message saying, hey, I wrote a review. This is my review name, because it is your iTunes account name that will be posted in the review. And just say, hey, this is me. I gave a review, and we will put your name up on the website and let everyone know that you helped out tons of little kids this summer, or this winter.
Well, they also helped them out through the summer, too, because we did nothing but donate charity comics
we'll let everyone know that
course.
We'll let everyone know that you donated and helped out a sick little child this winter and gave them joy this holiday season.
That's the best thing that we can do, and this is why I love doing the podcast most recently is, for 2 weeks in a row now, it has been just a fucking awesome sit down to do, not just like an interview between us, but just the intro alone. It just really sets the mood, and we could have started recording at 1 in the morning, but it's now 2:40 in the fucking morning. I had to work a double shift.
Steve's going like, God damn it, Nate, why didn't you say this earlier? We were fucking around. It's like, hey, I thought the intro was a little long-winded last week, and I think it's kind of torture to send them through the same intro.
Yeah, so, you know what, we might do something different next week, we might not, but
we will be doing a special holiday podcast.
Yes, we will, yeah.
With a special
theme.
Intro. Not really intro. Is going to be a reading of the classic Night Before Christmas.
With who we haven't overnamed for that?
With Santa Claus! We will be we'll be doing a special rendition of The Night Before Christmas with Santa and Timmy. And it will be a video game, geek pop culture, heavy themed reading of The Night Before Christmas. And it will be coming out on Christmas Eve.
Yes, it will be coming on Christmas Eve, but we're still going to have our regular podcast released on Wednesday through that Christmas week. So
this will be a holiday bonus.
Yeah, a holiday bonus, most definitely.
This will be our gift from us to you.
And also a gift from us to you is, I don't have anything else, fuck it. So we can have something else.
You raised their hopes up to getting more, and then you said, nope, sorry.
Sorry, we're not making money.
No milk with your cookies.
Oh, yeah, no, that's been...
Santa hates it when he doesn't get milk with his cookies. He gets angry. But in Compton, they leave him a 40 with cookies.
Yeah.
This one guy left a magic cookie tray.
I think we had to delete at least 20 or 30 minutes off of that intro for some funny reasons that will be saved for maybe a podcast or...
Let's just say I took to the dark side of Christmas. The depressing part of Christmas.
Yes, a very depressing part. So that might get released one day. That might not even see the light of day. But going back to it, we could have started at 1 o'clock recording with the same old podcast intro, but we started at 2:40 in the morning.
How about this? We will do a special blooper reel podcast.
One of these years, we
will.
With
all of our bloopers, if you guys go and give us a review on iTunes. If let's say we get 100 reviews. If we get 100 reviews on iTunes, we will give you all of our bloopers
from the first 100 podcasts. How about
for the first 100 podcasts, and possibly a couple from our gaming achievement guide videos.
Those are dark.
Those are dark and depressing. We'll give you some of those, but that's only if we reach our goal of 100 reviews.
Yes, and we have to reach that goal. I'm not even going to set a time limit on it. So whenever
let's say after the first of the year. Let's say January 10th.
January 10th.
Yep.
Okay.
That gives them about a month.
So it is up to you, society out there, to go and leave us a review, and you'll go ahead and listen to a bunch of content like how we are behind the scenes.
Yep, it's how we're sad, depressing, whoremongering money machines.
How long it takes us,
and how much we beat the crap out of Leo behind the scenes.
I know, right? How long it takes us to do an intro just because we keep fucking up, we keep making each other laugh, and it's great. It really is magic.
You have not lived until you hear Kid's Corner, the uncut version.
If you guys don't know, Kid Corner, if you go to our YouTube channel, Everyday Gaming Society, we have a little section, a little playlist called Kids Corner. There's not a lot of videos up there, but what it is video games that are kid-related, and we talk in a manner to where we don't belittle each other. Like
there's no belittling, there's no cussing, there's no horrible, disgusting,
no bad remarks.
It's G-rated.
Yes,
we try to keep it as G-rated as possible. The first Kids Corner videos did not work out so well because we kept on cussing every 5 seconds.
Yes, it was bad.
And making fun of Leo's mom.
Leo with children.
Yeah, a horrible, depressing thought.
That, yes,
but yes, if you guys give us. We'll still do the comic book charity. We'll still donate comics. We have no problem donating to the Children's Hospital because we do it anyways, and we love giving joy to little kids.
We do that on a weekly basis. We really do.
Yeah, we really do. I wish we could do more with it.
Every time I go up and I get my comic pull up there at Comic Explosions in Lapeer, whatever books that I have that I wouldn't even say mediocre, I give away some really good books. Just whatever I read, I'm like, hey, that was a pretty good story. Some kid will love this.
One thing I'd like to do is go to all the local comic book shops and basically hey, do you have any books that you don't sell, or they're basically in the 25-cent box that you wanted to just donate maybe 5 to 10 copies, and we'll give them directly to the Children's Hospital in your name.
Well, here we go. This is what we're going to do. So I was up there, I was talking with Gordon, and since I guess you can call myself a frequent flyer up at the comic shop, for right now, they have 75% off all back issues. So, before you're only paying $1.50 for a comic, now you're paying, almost a fucking $1 for a comic on a bag and a board. Whatever, 75.
You're getting your money's worth.
You're getting a lot of money's worth. And, the great thing is that sale is going to go on until possibly the new year if it, takes off and does really well. But since I'm a frequent flyer up there, Gordon does something awesome to where whatever you spend throughout that course of the year, he'll give you a kickback, a percentage of what you spent at the store. So I have over $70 that I can go up there and spend at the store. And what Nate and I are going to do, we're going to go up there and spend $70 in comics and back issues. We're going to donate it in one large sum to the Children's Hospital.
So that sounds like a great idea.
A huge fucking gift to where we're helping out the comic store, pulling comics and everything off their shelves, helping out with their name, and giving it to all the children. They're just going to fucking love it. They're going to eat it up.
Maybe we can get you into the Spartan suit for the holidays.
Oh, man. I think I gained a little bit of weight since I last...
Can't fit in your spandex anymore?
Well, the spandex is okay. It's just when you get on that little chastity cod piece, it's so fucking hard and difficult.
Hard and difficult? No, it's what are you trying to say, Steve? You got a bigger... His cock grew 3 sizes that winter.
Yes, it did. There was actually an article, because I'm from North Dakota, that people in North Dakota have the biggest dick sizes throughout every state.
I honestly think that... Did you write this article?
No, it was actually... I'd seen it posted on Facebook, so I don't know how real it is, but it was an article. I don't know what website it was. But yes, I do have...
I just heard that all over the place. Oh, yeah. Dakota men have the biggest penises.
Hey, shout out to all my family there in North Dakota.
Whatever.
Hope you're happy to listen to me and see how I turned out.
Are you happy, Mama? Are you happy with me?
Oh, Lord almighty. So, should we get into video games? Should we talk about pop culture? What should we do first?
Let's talk about video games.
We got a ton to talk about this week, don't we?
Yes, we do. So let's get to it. What is your first article? Because I'm still pulling up articles as we speak.
Well, the first article that I would like to bring up is kind of a little kickback that we had from last week. We had a little bit of fan hate mail from our PlayStation side of users that want to hear more PlayStation articles and want to bring some more up on the PlayStation side. I guess they make it seem like we're fanboys towards the Xbox, which we are not. I own a PS3, I own a PS2 and a PS1. You own PlayStation consoles. We both own Xboxes and play on our Xboxes more regularly than PlayStation.
It's not that we do bring up PlayStation articles regularly. You know what I mean? We don't hate on them like we hate the Nintendo Wii U or the Wii. You know what I mean?
That's what I find hilarious. How much we have cut down the fucking Wii U. We have not gotten one hate mail from a Wii U owner or user.
No.
That is so fucking unreal.
But we get a PSN hate mail through Leo that we're Xbox fanboys, and I hate to break it to you, but we're not. We are universal, like backwards compatible both consoles.
Yes, we are, and you can even add myself, Steve_Wally, WHALLEY on PlayStation, and you can add Leo, Nasty Civic on PlayStation as well. I believe there's a dash or underscore somewhere in there, but you can usually see us on there playing Netflix, anything, but we always answer back to our fan mail on there. So if you have any concerns, that's another way to get back with us. Nate, you have an Xbox tag that
Church
people can,
0811.
Yes, and that is the same with your Twitter handle, so people can get a hold of you on that.
Yep.
So that's another way. But okay, so let's get in with it.
I just passed gas.
I know you did.
Delicious.
You know what's amazing is that you passed the gas and did not miss a beat when you were talking. Usually when I pass gas, I have to pause, make a funny face, listen to it, cherish it, and then I get back.
It's a natural talent. You know what I mean? It's the way. It's a good way of passing down.
It's the way of life.
It's the way of life. Just keep acting like nothing happened, and then blame it on the other person.
Yeah, the only other person in the room, which is me.
So anyway, video game news this week.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero finally has a fucking release date, which is going to be March 18th of next year, 2014.
You're that PlayStation haters? We're talking about a PlayStation-only game.
Yeah, PlayStation only, but you want to know funny is that it's going to be also available on the Xbox One and the 360.
Now it is,
but that was a Metal Gear Solid. You make a very good point. Metal Gear Solid was a very first PlayStation 1 exclusive. And actually, that was pre-PlayStation 1, because that was like Nintendo. That was originally.
It was originally a Nintendo game, and then it went into Sony only. And I've played all the Metal Gear Solid games, so I'm not only an Xbox fanboy, just so you know.
We are not hating on just one individual platform, you guys. But anyway, Nate, what do you got?
So anyway, Xbox Live, World of Warcraft, targeted by CIA and NSA's counter-terrorist investigations. At Microsoft's Xbox Live, Blizzard's Entertainment, World of Warcraft, Linden Labs, Second Life, have been targeted by the NSA. The surveillance proceeds see operatives creating accounts and interacting in various social spaces. So basically, they're looking for terrorists that go onto popular MMORPGs that are available to everyone across the planet, basically. World of Warcraft is one of them. Old Republic would be another.
Yes.
Basically, they go on there and they would have secret organization meetings for like terrorist groups like the Al-Qaeda.
Michigan Militia? Maybe not Michigan Militia.
That's a local. But they're basically targeting these people that are in foreign countries, which it's kind of not really cool.
They're using it for the wrong reason. They're supposed to use it to play a game.
Yeah, but you really think a lot of terrorists use World of Warcraft to talk?
But you gotta think, that would not be the first place they would look, is a large video game like that. So
true, but the thing is, it's like, it's so isolated. You know what I mean? If they're not going, like, they can obviously go on there and see if they're not leveling up the characters. You know what I mean? They just have one character called Me Not Terrorist, and like they're hanging out in the fucking Azeroth Plains or Ogamar, just chit chatting.
I mean, shit. How many hours have we gone on there just fart around and dance in front of other AIs?
Yeah,
and stuff
but we
like
have
that.
leveled up characters. We've actually spent hours and hours of time playing these games.
God,
so
I feel so fat talking about it.
Shut up! I'm fatter than you. I'm like 5 people of you. So anyway, I don't know. I thought that article was kind of weird. You know what I mean? It was posted 16 hours ago through Digital Trends. They've been talking about this all week. But it's kind of scary how Big Brother can go in and just do whatever they want.
But it's also in a text message form almost, which, anything on a phone, if you text message, it can be retraced. A phone call cannot, but it can see how long the duration was.
You don't think that high level of security in a video game, you know what I mean?
But look at all the Xbox One shit they have out now. The Kinect sensor's always watching you masturbate.
Are you watching me masturbate? Because I'm getting so turned on by you watching me.
I seen a video online that this guy could see his dick in the Xbox One camera because he changed it to like an infrared kind of a thing, so it's like
he's got a boner. It's a red spot.
It looked like it was a fucking boner because you can see it like bulging out of his pants. So yeah, he can see his dick.
Do you have a boner right now? Switch to the infrared. You liar! You're hard. Oh god.
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement unlocked. You have your first boner. So anyway, more PSN news. Let me pull up the article here. I know I have it saved. I know PSN was down today for 8 hours for maintenance.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
The new PS4, so a lot of people were pissed. Being down for 8 hours is a big deal.
It is a huge deal, especially now that people are paying for it.
Yes, PSN now is like $60 a year now, just like Xbox Live.
Closer to Xbox.
Yeah, so I'd be pissed. You know what I mean? If Xbox Live was down for 8 hours, I'd be completely pissed.
That usually sucks, especially when I was playing World of Warcraft. The fucking servers will always be down when I'm available to play.
Yeah, but they're only down like once a month for like maybe 6 hours.
That's what it was, once a month.
And it's always during the low volume times.
Which is times where we usually get off of work, and like right now when we record the podcast.
So Sony trying to fix PS4 online gaming outage. Sony was currently in the process of trying to fix some of the issues online games were having with the online content of PS4. There have been multiple reports that users are unable to access the online features certain games on Sony's console. These titles include Call of Duty Ghosts, Killzone, Shadows Fall, and Battlefield 4. The most problem players experience is notification that tells them required PlayStation Plus in order to play online. Despite already being a subscribed paying member of the PSN network, Sony has announced via Twitter that they are an investigation with issues after being posted questions by angry gamers. Those locked out of PS4's online multiplayer should keep checking those feeds for updates. So basically they kept on getting a notice saying that you have to be a subscribed member, even though they were, and they finally got locked out because of all the times they tried. So keep your eye on that. They are working on the problem, hopefully. That's the benefit of like paying for service, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of is a downfall because you have to pay. You can break it down per month or break it down per year, which does suck. It is coming out of your pocketbook, but you also have that extra sense of maybe added security or just knowing that people are there, they're working on the servers, and they're actually being watched. Which is a little bit different, but you've also said most recently that the PlayStation Network also got hacked again, correct?
Yes, it did.
So, are you paying for a service that's going to keep getting hacked?
Well,
I'm not sure. Because
according to this article that came out December 7th, PlayStation owners reporting fraudulent credit card charges. Sony says to change passwords. Basically, if you have not changed or updated any of your passwords for the new PlayStation 4, Sony recommends that you change your password to something a lot longer and especially has numbers, decimals, and a capital in it.
What you should always do. I still don't know why people don't go through and do that.
Well, they probably haven't touched them in a while. Now that they're being used again, their passwords are so outdated that it's easy to crack. Sony PlayStation 4 has sent out emails to an unknown number of users requiring them to change their passwords because of irregular activity on their account, which is basically the fraudulent charges on their credit cards. It seems the warning might have come too late for some. Users are beginning to report fraudulent charges on their linked credit cards. Unlike the breach a few years ago, it doesn't appear that the mountains of customer data were stolen, but it seems like at least gained access to usernames and passwords. So even if like after one user tells IGN that $150 was charged to his PSN wallet and another says FIFA 14 content was bought by someone with his profile. Basically, if you were a PSN user before that was a purchased, like paid for account, and all those hackings were going on, you should have changed your password instantly.
Most definitely. Change it every month. Do something that I always do, and what everybody should do is change it every fucking month.
What Xbox did, I'm not trying to be an Xbox fanboy, but what they did smart was before the Xbox One came out, they had everyone go through and renew their passwords, update security codes, update your security questions, and they also had you link it with your cell phone account or your telephone account.
Email. So you had to do both regardless before
you had to do
signed
both.
on.
So if something weird happened with your account, like say a purchase or anything like that, they would send you an email or a text saying, did you approve of this purchase? And you'd have to email or text them back yes or no.
Yes.
This was a way to cut down fraudulent charges and people hacking accounts. So if you have not done it already, PSN users, please go ahead and change your passwords and update all your current information from the past yesteryears.
Destiny, how you guys were thinking that's supposed to be coming out the early on of 2014? I'm very sorry to say that Bungie went and released a statement saying that the space shooter will be released next September, but is also confirmed for the next-gen console releases all the way around. So yes, it will be coming out. But like most games, most great games, it will be a little bit longer of a wait. Another game that just got a release date is Halo Spartan Assault. You guys will be able to go and pick this thing up for $4.99 instead of $14.99. That you can guys go through and get it on the Windows 8, which is pretty nice. And sometimes in January is going to be official release date. I do not have the release date for the Windows, but December 24th, a couple weeks away, is going to be on the Xbox One. It will be available to download. I find this pretty funny. Andrew and I were talking about it. So this month we have 2 games coming out for the 360, and right now the free game is the first Gears of War. But since you cannot play Gears of War in certain countries like, let's say, Australia or Germany because of the gore and the graphics, how we talk about how games get banned.
Well, yeah, they have a really strict banning policy in Australia and Germany.
So now if you're over in Australia, you can get... Australia, the UK, one of those other countries, you can get Halo Wars instead of Gears of War because they do not allow Gears of War to be sold on the consoles in that country.
That sucks.
Yes, it does suck. Gears of War is a great...
But don't worry,
franchise.
Australia, you could still do international shipping. They haven't caught on to that yet.
I don't think they'll ever catch on to that.
So anyway, Sony's 12 Deals of Christmas promotion is ongoing. The 4th release this week is Rayman Legends. Is available for half price, which you can pick it up for $11.99 this week for 48 hours. The other deals in this is Payday 2, Dead or Alive, 5 Plus, PS Vita. Also, for movies, for the deals as well. Movie rentals, United Kingdom, Evil Dead, Australia, Fast and Furious 6, France, After Earth, Germany, After Earth, Italy, Man of Steel, and Spain, Midnight Express. These were, for the prices for Eurogamers, for United Kingdom, it's $3.49. It was $3.49, now it's 99 cents, or 99 euros. Australia, it is now $1.99 from $5.99. After Earth in France, it is now 99 cents. In Germany, it is 99 cents. And in Man of Steel in Italy, it's 99 cents. And Midnight Express, 99 cents.
Damn, that's a really good fucking
so basically
offer going on through Sony right now.
Yep. So PSN, 12 Deals of Christmas discounts, Payday 2 or Dead or Alive, and 5 movies. So go ahead and check it out. They're going to be doing 12 Deals of Christmas all this month. Just keep posted on it. I'll try to get more as it comes out. So I got some news. NPD has announced Xbox One has won the first round of sales in Australia against the PS4. Both Sony PS4 and Sony Xbox One have tangled in a bitter fight in Australia. The Xbox One has won with over 1 million. Hold on, let me double check this number. 65,917 units of Xbox One console have actually moved in the first 3 days in Australia, which is more than less $1 million figure. PS4 drags on with only 30,000 or so consoles being released or being sold in Australia. Yes, PS Network people. I know it was an Xbox heavy thing, you know.
I mean, we still have some PlayStation stuff to talk about.
I just talked about 3 other PSN networks. Shit, you know, what the fuck? So anyway, IGN announces, even though IGN sucks...
what did they announce now?
The Xbox One hard drive maxes out at 362 gigabytes.
Not bad for a standard.
No, not bad at all. It's a 500 gig hard drive, though, but maxes out shy of 130 gigs.
Yeah, so you got to go and think about your first initial update before you can use the system, and then all your game updates. And
so that's 130 gigs of just standard fucking software taking up that hard drive.
That is quite a bit.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
So... all I gotta say is that if you're planning on just playing a game, play it to the end and then delete it off your console. Your game saves are still there, your achievements are still there, your trophies are still there, but that thing, just to make it run faster, just go ahead and delete it off your console so you can play the next game. You can always re-download. You know what I mean? You're not gonna change much. I think that Reese's Peanut Butter Cup's coming back up.
Oh my god, we need to talk about these things. Nate brought over this monstrosity of a package, and I kid you not, if I would have laid it on my computer screen, it would have fucking broke it. It is 2 pounds.
2.5 pound cups.
2.5 pound cups, so that equals to 5 pounds of
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
We're going to do an unboxing video. Fucking why not? Of Nate unboxing the video of these Reese's Cups, and these things are massive. They are like big as a person's palm of their hand.
They're like bigger than a hockey puck.
That is fucking awesome. How's it taste? You said that the taste was a little on the crappy quality side.
It's not soft like a normal Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. It tastes like a hard brick of chocolate and then a gooey center of peanut butter.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? How much did you pay for that bag?
$10.
Holy fuck, did you really?
Yeah.
You said it was at the dollar store.
It was, but it was $10.
That's not a dollar store.
They lure you with the promise of cheap prices, but in the end... And then, like, I saw an Atari, like, multi-game up there. I told you about that the week before. And then they had a Sega Genesis, like, emulator game thing all in one.
Really?
And I go, like, can I take a look at that? And I opened it up, and I looked inside. It was the crappiest looking fucking Game Boy console thingy I've ever seen in my life.
God.
The plastic looked like it was rubber, made out of old rubber tires and shit. It was terrible.
You can see Goodyear on the side. You
Possibly.
see tread. So,
Product of Mexico.
While this weekend was the VGX, as a lot of you guys know, Telltale Games has announced that...
VGX's win?
It already passed.
Did it?
VGX is already done. Yes. I had the results and everything up on my...
Oh, I totally missed it.
I know. I missed it too. I was out working my other jobs. But we'll go ahead and talk about that in a second. But what happened is something awesome, is that there's going to be Tales from the Borderlands. That was an announced trailer, and also the Game of Thrones Telltale project was also announced, and the trailer is also out there. So you guys, please go look and check that out. Also, that was said around the same time as the VGX. It's reported that DICE is not developing a game to release in the Battlefield series for the year of 2014. I'm sure that they're going to be still working as far as getting something done and released for the 2015 year, but as far as right now, nothing's going to be released as far as a Battlefield 4.5 or Battlefield 5, whatever the next title will be. I have not played the full campaign to find out exactly what is going to happen in the Battlefield series, but it should be good no matter what they do. So, did you hear what Disney went and bought most recently?
Everyone's hopes and dreams and childhoods?
Yeah, Indiana Jones. So
oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they bought Star Wars, and now they bought fucking Indiana Jones.
Well, at least we get a good sequel.
Pretty soon they're
fighting more Nazis and running away from Indian tribes.
Pretty soon they're probably going to buy Halo, too. What do you think?
At least we'll get a movie out of it.
I think they might buy the rights and stop pooping. They might go and buy the rights and then just fucking shut down the movie. I don't know. A lot of people are not happy that Disney went and bought the rights to Indiana Jones. It's going to be interesting, though.
I can't be, at least we won't get another terrible remake with Shia LaBeouf in it.
Well, I was just going to say Shia LaBeouf might be in it because I know he was a Disney actor, wasn't he? Wasn't he in that movie Holes or something? Was that a Disney film?
He was in Holes, and he was also in... God, what the fuck was the name of that Disney show that he did?
I have no idea. What was a Disney show?
was something about a crazy ass family and like they had a kid named Bacon that he made fun of all the time.
Sounds like a bad South Park episode.
It is. It's terrible. Anyway, so let's continue on. More video game news.
Video game.
So, deal alert: Xbox Live Gold 12-month membership for only $39.99.
It's about $20 off, right?
$20 off from the original $60.
Oh God, we're talking about Xbox again.
Oh God, PSN. No, we're gonna get crucified.
Another PlayStation article here, real quick.
Quick before they kill us. So, Konami requests removal of Skullgirls for PSN XBLA. Following the dissolution of the partnership between publisher Konami and the developer Lab Zero Games, Konami has requested the Skullgirls be removed from the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Arcade. Konami has requested PSN and XBLA versions be removed December 17th and 31st, respectively. Zero Labs is making plans to make a build and exclusive to the publisher Autumn Games, but Konami has not responded to the developer's request. This is between the whole entire dissolution between Kojima, Hiro Kojima, the creator of the Metal Gear Solid
dude.
I believe they had a bad breakup between him and Konami.
And we should call Mike on this. Mike will know everything about Hiro Kojima.
Yes. So it's following the humongous dissolution between Konami and Hiro Kojima. They don't want anything to part of that. I guess there's some kind of bad blood between it. I don't know the full story. But overnight news, Metal Gear Solid series is to continue after Konami's departure. GTA 5 story DLC inbound next year. Metal Gear Solid creator Hiro Kojima says the series will continue after he eventually stops working on it. Grand Theft Auto 5 players will be treated to substantial single-player story expansions in 2014, Rockstar has teased. All news, Microsoft deploys new user security features. Along with that, they've also talked about GTA 5 story DLC inbound for 2014. First Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag DLC launches Tuesday. Also, Borderlands 2 free to the US, PS, and Plus sub this weekend as well.
Damn, very nice.
Halo Spartan Assault, you already said.
Yep, I already mentioned that.
Kiefer Sutherland to portray the voice of Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Solid Snake.
Solid Snake. Solid Snake. Why does it always sound like a perverted
Full
thing?
of semen.
Well, there's Solid Snake, there's Soft Snake, there's Angry Snake.
So, Nate, what's long, hard, and full of semen? Besides my dick.
Solid Snake.
A submarine.
You're funny. So,
soundbite here.
And I believe that's it for me on that one.
Fez, you were telling me the sales reached 1 million units. That little indie game Fez?
Yes, I know.
So, congrats to that indie game Fez releasing, the statement of 1 million units. That's on the good market aspect of Super Meat Boy. They're doing pretty well, it sounds like.
So, Borderlands 2 goes for free on PlayStation Plus on December 10th, which is today.
Today, what is that? Today? I think
today.
It's today.
It's not quite today, not quite tomorrow. So, today. We should copyright that for anyone steals it. Today. Not quite today and not quite tomorrow, so today.
I think we should also copyright Dumpster Fire.
Dumpster Fire, that's me. That's all over.
That's a fucking t-shirt right
I don't know. Dumpster Fire. Me and you riding a dumpster that's on fire.
I don't know about us riding, or you said riding? Yeah.
Riding on a dumpster that's on fire.
No, maybe we should be inside it, like holding microphones up. While it's on fire. I think
EGS Productions Podcast, the best dumpster fire you ever listened to.
That's right. Come listen to the best dumpster fire.
So, Gearbox Software, they're planning on giving Borderlands 2 out available for free on PlayStation Plus members when it enters the Instant Game Collections on December 10th, according to the post on PlayStation's blog.
Awesome. Cool.
So the titles also include The Amazing Spider-Man, Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mysteria, Dragon's Crown on both PS3 and PlayStation Vita, Destiny Warrior 6 Empires, Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, NBL 13, Spelunky on the Booth, whoa, what the fuck was that? One Piece, Pirate Warriors 2. Spelunky on the Booth, Sony platforms, SpongeBob SquarePants, Plankton's Robotic Revenge, and Tomb Raider bundle featuring the game and its DLC. So you guys are getting a lot of cool free fucking games, you assholes.
Rock on, Sony.
Yeah.
Besides your 12 Days of Christmas, that is actually a very good couple articles that the Sony side got for this week.
Yeah, you got some great deals. Thanks to us.
Yeah, thanks to us.
No,
no more hate mail, please.
So anyway, that's it for me for gaming, but I have a shit ton of comic book news.
I have a few comic book things, but right now, let's go ahead and talk about the VGX Awards real quick.
Why? We haven't watched it.
The award show already happened, so I'm going to go through and talk about...
Can we just wait till next week so I have a chance to watch it and then we can bitch about it?
No, we can bitch about it next week, but I just want to go and give everybody the nominees since, this is the most recent podcast.
Yeah, but then I can't hate it while watching it. Then.
Okay, if you guys want to listen to us hate and bitch and everything about the VGXs, listen to next week. But I'm going to go and say the award name and the winners. I'm not going to go through the nominees and why they should have won or why they shouldn't have won. So on and so forth. Let's start at the bottom of the list and work our way up. The most anticipated game was Titanfall. The best song in the game will be Will the Circle Be Broke?
I knew that one was going to win.
Will the Circle Be Unbroken by Troy Baker, and that was in Infinite. So that was the voice actors and voice actress, I should say.
Yep.
That went and sung the song. So awesome.
I knew that they were going to win because they actually sang with the original voice actors.
But this is shocking, and I'm not going to get into why. We'll dissect every category next week. Best soundtrack, Grand Theft Auto 5. Best voice actress, Alicia Johnson from The Last of Us. Best voice actor, Troy Baker as Joel from The Last of Us. Best mobile game is...
Trevor did that shit?
Yeah. Well, Nate, we're going to bitch about it next week. You go ahead.
Seriously, Trevor didn't get that bullshit?
You go ahead and enjoy your Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I'm going to keep on talking here. Best mobile game, Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's all about time. Best casual game. Really? You can shut the fuck up now.
This chocolate's really sticky.
Animal Crossing, a new leaf for the casual game. Handheld game, Legend of Zelda, a new link between worlds, something along those lines. Best PC game, Gone Home. Best Nintendo game, Super Mario 3D World. Best PlayStation game, Last of Us. Best Xbox game, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Best DLC, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon. Best driving game, Forza Motorsport 5. Best fighting game, Injustice Gods Among Us.
I knew that was going to win hands down.
Yes, yeah, that was a winner because of the nominees. We'll talk about that next week. Best fighting game, I already said that, blah, blah, blah. Best RPG,
Why don't we just skip this whole
Ni
segment?
no Kun Wrath of the White Witch, something like that.
You totally messed up that Japanese thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck you. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, why are we talking about it now?
Best independent game, Gone Home. Best sports game, NBA 2K14. Best action-adventure game, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Best shooter, BioShock Infinite. Character of the year is the twins from BioShock Infinite. Studio of the year, Naughty Dog, The Last of Us. And Game of the Year, Grand Theft Auto 5. So there you guys as nominees. We'll go and dissect every fucking category next week. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and talk about tech news, geek news, everything in the pop culture world that is going on in the date of December 10th, 2013, and a few days from prior. I'm going to go ahead and start this off here real quick. So, I guess this man from Louisiana fell asleep during a flight when he was heading over to California in an airplane. And he woke up when he was in Houston, Texas, found himself locked in the airplane. I guess he fell asleep in the back seat, and they did not do a good enough sweep of the airplane, and the guy woke up and stayed a good couple hours in the airplane until the next day when they were going to clear out the airplane. They found a bunch of peanut chips, and they found this dude just sitting there, and he was like, hey, I'm not supposed to be here, but yeah, do something for me. So what happened is he finally got to his destination, California, and now he's got his own little one-hit wonder 15 minutes of fame over most of the network broadcasting things going on. But for his trouble, he was given a free hotel room for the night while he was in, I believe it was not Austin. He was in
Dallas.
Houston. He was in Houston for that, so he got a free hotel room for that while he had to go and fly out to California for his destination. And also a $250 voucher for his trouble. But it's only an airline voucher through that airline. So if you guys want to fly United Express jet, just be careful not to fall asleep, because you guys might have a chance of not waking up until the next day and be locked in a fucking aircraft. So good luck with that. A little bit more in the pop culture news and what's going on in the world. This woman is trying to rent a family on Craigslist. Jackie Turner, I don't know why you would want to rent a mom and dad, for what's going on in Craigslist. It sounds like that she really didn't have a the family just growing up and everything. So this is out of that movie. Do you remember what that movie was called? Where
What?
Ben Affleck rented that family because he never had a childhood, really. So he rented a family, hung out with the family for a while.
I don't think it was Ben Affleck. I think it was,
I thought it was Ben Affleck.
no, I think it was David Spade. I think it was like Jackie
Oh, you're talking about like Jackie Robinson.
or something like that.
Yeah, like movie childhood star. Wow, I want to say it was Ben Affleck. But anyway, so yes, Turner wants to go and find a mom and dad somewhere in the California area. So good luck. Hopefully they should go and find a family for the holidays.
Here's some more new world news. Nelson Mandela passed away.
I was going to bring that up in movie news, but yes, that is...
Why would that be movie news? He was a political figure.
Oh, I thought you were talking of someone else. My bad.
Do you think Morgan Freeman died because he played Nelson Mandela?
No. Did you hear about Macaulay Culkin, what his new world venture is going to be right now?
The anti-rape children cause?
No, I haven't heard about that one. No, he's actually going to be in a band that he created, and the band is called The Pizza Underground. And I like the little tagline that this article is given,
That sounds really emo.
whose songs ooze with cheesy puns. So Macaulay Culkin, childhood actor, star. Well, this one hits a little bit closer to home. A homeless man tells line receiver Nate Burleson, I want to say his name is pronounced, "Man, you guys are sorry," at the charity event that Nate was running after their performance that they put on during Philadelphia. If you guys were out there watching the game, yeah, we don't talk about sports a lot on the podcast, or really at all, but the game was fucking snowing like crazy, and the Lions were winning while it was snowing, and then as soon as the snow pretty much stopped, the Lions stopped winning. So yes, the homeless man said some stuff. He was thrown out, and an argument was going through, and they were saying that it was a very inappropriate moment, the way it was delivered, especially at this little charity event. So I'm sorry that it happened, but kind of a oh well kind of thing. One thing that I am very disappointed about in seeing is the new Mustang. I showed a picture to Nate, and we can both agree that the new Mustang, the concept videos and pictures that we are looking at right now, is not what a Mustang should look like. It looks like a station wagon, the Dodge Magnum, we said, right, Nate? The Mustang was originally introduced in 1964 for equivalent around $17,000 from that price in today's prices. Now is going to be raised up to roughly $32,000, depending on all your crap that you want to go and put on it. But I am not impressed at all.
So enough about the world depressing news.
Let's talk about tech news.
Now, how about we do not video games, but comic books, since we've been neglecting it horribly for the past couple weeks.
Comic books is the very last segment in our podcast.
No, it's not. It's comic books now.
Why are we bringing it up now?
Because I felt like it.
Well, fuck you then. Okay, I'll bring up my stuff too.
All right, fine. Game of Thrones star Jason Momoa is in talks for Batman vs. Superman role.
Yes, very interesting. Although that is more of a movie aspect, I want to say.
Whatever. It can be done in both ways.
It can be done in both ways. They can.
So anyway, he's talking about doing some shit for Batman vs. Superman.
So all you Spider-Man fans out there, if you guys are not liking the Superior Spider-Man series too much in the comic book world, guys, go ahead and go to your local comic book store and pick up the Amazing Spider-Man 700.1. I picked it up, the variant cover. I have not read it yet, but it looks like it's going to be starting back up for the Amazing Spider-Man. So all you Peter Parker fans out there, I do know that Peter Parker is back, and it is not being controlled by Doc Ock.
So, Loki is the newest playable character in the Superhero Squad Online. Usually Loki is a bad guy, but he is a god of mischief. So, if you guys play the game, Superhero Squad Online, I believe it's through Steam that you can purchase it as well, you can unlock Loki. And also, here it is. Loki's arrival is a hairbringer of a great end-of-the-year content planned for the Superhero Squad Online. It's like a special mission centered around an Impossible Man, one of the few Marvel characters who might be able to out-trick Loki and fuel the winter event to turn the tide against. Until then, you can enter the code WLCMWN. Hold on. Let me restart that. WLCMWN. TER to get yourself a free winter globe. Because even superheroes and villains need to be ready for the holidays.
So is that what they're saying? Even supervillains need to be ready for the holidays?
No, I threw that in there for fun.
Okay. Well, good for you.
Yes, I can improv.
If you guys...
You're getting a lump of coal in your stocking this year, Stephen.
Yeah, hopefully I won't get hit with a sock full of nickels either.
Right up your ass. So anyway, another amazing story that came out, comic book and movie-related news as well. The chick from the Fast and the Furious movie, Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot has been casted to play Wonder Woman in the new Wonder Woman film. A lot of people are excited about this, and a lot of people are not as well. She wouldn't be my first choice for Wonder Woman. She would not be
my first choice either. Although I would not have a woman off the top of my head besides fucking China, because I think she still has like the muscle build.
I don't think China.
Wonder Woman.
No. Wonder Woman's not a prostitute / like.
But Wonder Woman is, built though in the comic series.
Yeah, but she's not Hulk built. Okay.
I guess she is like the Hulk Hogan of female wrestling.
Gross. And also in comic book news, the new Spider-Man 2 trailer has released as well.
It has. It releases the Goblin. We also see Electrode in there.
You see Doc Ock's arm. You also see Hawkman's wings.
Yeah, you see that in the back when they're kind of like a panning aside of the camera. So look in the background of every frame when you're watching that trailer, because you'll see a lot of cameo possible appearances that might be happening. And also, I did not know that they're going to be making the Hunger Games into a 4-movie event. So now they're going to have the Mockingbird Part 1 and Part 2. I just found that out. Do you think they should do that into 2 parts, or they should just keep it into 1 part? Because they're going to be releasing Part 1 next year and then Part 2 the year after in 2015.
I don't know. It depends on how much. I think they're doing it a good way. You know what I mean? They're making sure that they don't rush anything, and they're making sure that all the key parts in those books are being shown in the films. And I don't know, it's like I've watched the first one and part of the second one.
Does the second one seem like it's a filler?
No, not really. So
they did actually a good job with the movie and not just filling into...
Isn't the second one Catching Fire?
Yes, it is.
Then I haven't seen the second one yet. I lied. I only seen the first one. But the thing is, with the Hunger Games, it's a really good book series, and I don't know. I kind of wish they would have done the same thing with Ender's Game. You know what I mean? Because it's an 8-book series. Like, it's 8 to 10 books.
They rushed it into one fucking movie.
Yeah, they basically just made it all about like the war with the buggers and stuff like that. So
maybe they just couldn't get the budget up, or maybe just couldn't get enough fan base up.
I don't know. Maybe
whatever it may be, it is into a 1 movie right now. It could be possibly 2. But one last thing in comic book news: if you guys are a fan of Terminator Salvation, the comic book series that followed the movie is going to be wrapping up. So if you guys need to go and pick up your copies from your pull list, or go pick up copies in general, go to the Dark Horse website or your local comic book store and pick up Terminator Salvation: The Final Battle.
So, Geek and Tech News.
Yes.
So, Japanese manufacturer Sagami has introduced the world's thinnest condom. This pecker wrapper is only 0.01 millimeters thick.
What is the pregnancy rate while using that thing?
I have no idea. According to the website Zach, it took Sagami Rubber Industries over 10 years to realize that these rubbers, from conception to completion, in a total of over 20,000 condoms, were put through a battery of tests. Properly for water leakage tests, burst tests, not burn tests, tensile tests, as well as other tests, and trial and error. Previously, they released a 0.02 millimeter condom in 2005. By comparison, the thinnest Trojan condom, the Trojan Ultra Thin, is around 0.06 millimeters.
Do you think with technology we're just getting too far? Just too far getting away from what we need to keep as a base standard? Because, I mean, you might be getting people pregnant at this point. And I don't want to say screwing up their life forever, or screwing up their life for the next 18 years.
Trojan condoms are 0.06 millimeters thick, so it's only a little bit lower than Trojan Ultra then.
It's a little bit lower, but could that raise the pregnancy rate up? The breakage rate? I don't know.
Yeah, but they'll get sued if that happens.
They will get sued, most definitely, and it's going to happen regardless because people just, they're so happy out there. So, while we're in tech news, I guess this Valve employee created a tongue controller. He is an engineer with Valve, and there is a video that he can operate a mouse with his tongue. This is quite interesting to watch. I'll go and post something in the cesspool so you guys can see it. And, is this going to be installed and embedded into a future Valve game? I have no idea. It possibly could, but, this guy, an engineer for a very good company right now, created this thing that can bring them a lot of money because a couple months back we talked about something to where they can now control a video game in a button sequence motion with a foot pedal. Remember when we talked about that, Nate?
Yeah, it's basically meant for
people without arms.
It was originally developed for military people because they were coming back and they would either have missing arms, limbs, or something like that. And I can't remember the original guy that started this cause. God, I wish I remembered his name. But he made the first one-handed controller for the Xbox for a wounded veteran that only had one hand, and he was a very big video game lover, so they went out and made him a custom hand controller just for him.
And now you got something that can be controlled with tongue. And I also read from this article that they have another controller that you control with your back, or like your back and your ass, so that is also interesting.
I'm farting. What does that do?
You can have that kind of a controller as well.
So Microsoft is developing a smart bra to help curb emotion-related overeating.
What? Smart bra.
Smart bra.
Smart bra. Okay. So they said
Researchers at Microsoft are developing a wearable movie-based mood detecting system with the hopes of helping curb emotional overeating in women and men. Men? With tits big enough to fill a bra? That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. God. Nate, what do you want for Christmas? Do you want a smart bra?
I want a smart bra. I want it.
Did they say how much money they're going to be going through and investing in this project, or they could be possibly running it off of? Because I see right here it's running off of a 3.7 volt battery, which could be a very bad electronic charge.
Never know, man. People are into that kinky stuff. Man, it's like, oh, my nipples. Oh, yeah.
Nipples? Your upper torso would be getting shocked at that point.
Yeah, but it'd make your nipples hard.
Would it now, Nate?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. So Santa sculpted in the likeness of Jabba the Hutt.
Okay. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, my God.
He looks like a homeless man with 80 rolls.
A homeless guy that will be found.
Santa the Hutt, a sculpture created by the clothing retailer Beta Brand artist Sina Valley, is displayed at the San Francisco store. You can get a picture taken with him, bring the kids, make them cry. It's a perfect opportunity to give them a diabetes talk. The diabetes talk? No clue. What I know is Santa needs to lay off the cookies.
I wonder how many years someone would have to fast in order to get that big.
Fast to get that big? You mean overeat to get that
big? Well,
big?
Like fasting. Like how long they would have to go and fasting in order to get that big. Because that is
binge eating? Because fasting is like not eating at all.
And then you just go and eat, but that's really bad for your metabolism, so you'll actually gain weight faster than, overeating.
I have no idea.
Well, Santa the Hutt, congrats to you. I'm glad that you are now a statue that someone worked many years on and spent countless of hours releasing this.
This is some sad news I got to bring up. Rest in peace. You remember the Mario Super Show, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Mario had the Ron Jeremy mustache.
Yeah, basically, the porn stash.
Yeah.
The Mario Super Brothers show was basically a sitcom where Mario and Luigi would come in and do, like, a skit, two guys dressed up as Mario and Luigi, and then they introduced the Mario Super Show, which is the animated version of Super Mario Brothers.
Right, so it'll go live action into the animated action.
So Lou Albano, who played
Luigi,
It's actually Danny Wells. My bad is Luigi. Lou Albano was Mario. Luigi Danny Wells from the late 80s to the early 90s Super Mario Brothers Super Show has passed away at the age of 72.
Wow, he was really that old. I thought he was a lot younger than that.
Yep, he passed away. And I remember watching that show with my uncles.
So what, then he was probably in his 50s then when he did that role?
No, 80s?
No, when he did the role as Luigi, he was in his 50s when he had to do that role. Because I remember watching that, and that wasn't even 20-some-odd years ago. So he must have been in his late 50s or mid-50s when he did that role as Luigi. For him to be
believe so. They were both
now.
Pretty old when they did. They were that
holy
age.
Crap.
I believe El Albino already passed away.
What, from overeating?
Possibly.
Holy crap!
But
I hate to say that. Like,
he was a big guy.
Funny,
Don't get me wrong.
No, he was a really big dude. Yes, he was.
But he passed away at the age of 72 from old age. But it's an end of an era for that. You know what I mean?
That was creative how they went and did something like that. They brought in live action skits into an animated cartoon series. It was great. It was funny watching them, going through and watching it. Now you're kind of like, what the hell am I watching? But to us, that was awesome. And while we're talking about people passing away, Eleanor Parker, people will know her from The Sound of Music, the actress. She is now passed on into The Sound of Music, up in the heavens at the age of 91. So both this actress and the actor Danny...
I guess the hills are not alive with The Sound of Music. Corny.
It's nice to know that they both passed on living a full life and not someone who's passed on like Paul Walker, who was very young, had a full career going on. So it's nice to see someone has made a good career out of what they did, and is someone who, passed away in an older age.
So here's some good news, though.
Yeah, let's get away from death, please.
Man rescued from shipwreck 3 days after when the boat went down.
Holy shit.
Off the coast of Norway. This Nigerian boat actually got capsized by a rogue wave and went down 100 feet underneath the ocean and sat on the ocean floor. 3 days later, when the salvage team showed up to pull the boat from the ocean's floor.
Yeah, because they probably have a beaker or a tracking device on that boat for the GPS.
Yeah, a pond, or whatever the hell they called it. Went to go salvage the boat, and this Nigerian cook was actually in the bathroom taking a shit. And he felt the boat capsize, and he found a storage closet that's airtight, almost. It still was, water was up to his chest, but he found an air pocket in there, like it was basically the food storage area. And the boat sank to the floor about 100 feet below the ocean's floor.
That is fucking scary,
and he survived for 3 days, living off of canned pop, and like dry foods.
How much pop and food did he have in his closet? That must be a huge closet if he had that much in it. But you would think, if it's an airtight closet, you would have some type of emergency supply for that kind of situation, I would think.
Not really. It's a fishing boat, so... but 3 days later, they found him alive and well, and they pulled him from the ocean floor.
Congrats
to him
for living life.
He is the most luckiest son of a bitch on the planet.
Seriously, dude. You know what? That is a movie. But in the movie, how would they show him on the shitter when it capsizes? Do you think he'll be probably cooking food instead of him shitting? I think that'll be probably...
He's the only guy to survive out of all the 11 other crewmates. Everyone else passed away.
Seriously, that's got to make him feel good about himself that he survived, but also make him feel horrible because all of his family and friends, I will say family at this point, because, that is just something to where you're on the boat with these men for weeks and months on end with no other civilization. So they're your family at that point.
God, Michigan's 34. That's horse shit.
So what are you bringing up there, Nate?
Fuck you. You and your witchcraft. I don't want to hear it.
Witchcraft. So is that a good article that the people from North Dakota have the largest dick sizes? Yeah. Number one. What was Michigan? 34?
Well, fuck you. I'm originally from Ireland. It's not on that. It's not on the thing.
Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. And your mother.
Oh, Lord Almighty. So, tech news. Ryan Seacrest has invested... reported up to $1 million into creating a physical attachment known as a typo keyboard to get on your iPhone, so your iPhone can have its own little keyboard, kind of like a BlackBerry looking thing. It is very weird how they have this concept going. It looks like it'll be very easy. It just has a simple iPhone dock attached to a small keyboard.
That's for people that can't convert to fucking touchscreens.
You know,
You're telling me now that Seacrest is fucking stupid, so dumb that he can't fucking use a touchscreen?
I wouldn't say so dumb, but he's finding other things to invest in his money because I don't think he's going to have a career. What is that? What's that shit that he does? American Idol?
He does an American Idol, and he took over for the Rocket New Year's Eve crap, which is horrible now without frickin' God, what's his name? Walter Cronkite.
Well, it is reported that...
Is it Walter Cronkite? I know we've had this stupid conversation in the past.
I think it was Dick...
Dick Clark. Dick Clark. There we go, Dick Clark.
It was Dick Clark. So, he originally wanted a keyboard for his iPhone. So, he's going through, he's investing $1 million in order to get one. So, people like Ryan Seacrest who want a keyboard for their iPhone, your day might be coming true. Happy to say for you. Congratulations. Or you just go out and, use your keyboard and turn it to the side, and you'll have a bigger keyboard to operate with.
Oh, I gotta bring this up.
It sounds like the X-Files.
Oh, speaking of the X-Files, Gillian Anderson goes topless for her charity.
What was the role that she played in the X-Files?
She played Dana Scully as Fox Mulder's partner. She went topless in a photo shoot for her charity that she supports. I believe it was... Whoa, hey, there's some porn in here. So she goes topless for Fish Love, which is her charity for fish. The charity is called Fish Love.
How many pictures did you have to scroll through in order to do
Lots of porn, don't judge me.
Oh, good lord.
So,
it's 4 in the morning
she's
right
holding an electric eel over the top of her chest.
Like, where is she holding
looks very scary.
Electric eel? Okay.
Yes, I believe so. To raise awareness for fish love and people that fish illegally.
Well, good for her then. That she's doing something good and she's doing something right.
For a person of like 50 years old, she's smoking fucking hot.
At least they're not sagging down past her waistline to where her boobs are now acting like a nutsack.
She's got a nice little body. But I found some porn pictures that are going to be my new screensavers.
Remember that time when we were at the gym and all of a sudden I hear you giggling? I was over there lifting up some weights and you were watching porn on the fucking treadmill. Do you remember this?
I was watching porn on the treadmill? When did that happen?
You don't fucking remember this? We were at the gym. You're on the treadmill. I was over in the weight section working out. All of a sudden you're giggling. There's other people in the gym. I look over and some chick is getting railed on the fucking TV of the treadmill. You don't fucking remember this?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's when I had porn on my phone.
Yes,
and I accidentally clicked the wrong video to watch. Well, it's like, oh, God, no.
You started giggling, and you watched it for a few seconds. So that was pretty funny to see, and then also at the same time, not, because I can only imagine what it looked like on camera.
Gillian Anderson's so hot.
Close that window, please.
Porn.
Are we going to get into movie news now?
Yeah, let's get into movie news. Why not?
Movie news. So, guess, Nate, who is Hollywood's most overpaid star by Forbes?
God, I read this article. I can't remember now. It's a guy, right?
It is a dude.
Old or young?
I'll say mid-aged right now. Probably in his 40s, roughly.
What
Late
movie
30s,
is he famously known for?
Happy Gilmore. And no, not Bob Barker.
No way Adam Sandler's
Adam
overpaid.
Sandler. Yes.
No way.
His command salary is worth $15 million. So Forbes says that used data gathered from the celebrities in their top 100 research and the box office mojo, they calculated this, and he is the top. And this top has come through the year of Grown Ups 2 and his so-called success in that movie. I have not seen Grown Ups 2. First one was decent. I figured that it should have stayed with Grown Ups 1 and not gone on to a sequel.
I can't bring myself to watch Grown Ups 2.
It shouldn't have been a sequel.
No, because they could have get Rob Schneider in Grown Ups 2 because of his lawsuits he was going through.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rob Schneider couldn't be in it.
So is it lawsuits to where he's at a loss of money, or was it with the movie?
I can't remember who he was in lawsuits with, but it was so fucked up that he couldn't be in another film because of it. I don't know if it was due to Grown Ups 1 or it was due to another film that he did at the time.
That's sad because I think his last big movie hits was what was that, Deuce Bigalow, Mil Gigolo. Those were his known for fame, right?
Yeah, and he's been in a lot of weird movies lately, and TV shows.
Well, I think it's been something to where it hasn't got a lot of gratitude, maybe, or a lot of media attention, because it seems like that has not been in a lot of high-end flicks or where he would be a really high-paid actor of a good caliber.
Well, he's always been like a B or C-list actor. He hasn't been really a well-known, he hasn't done like groundbreaking movies.
I know he got into a point where he was doing movies with Adam Sandler to where Adam Sandler was the producer. I don't want to say Adam Sandler was the director, but he was like a producer or a writer.
Rob Schneider and his brother / producing partner John were sued by investors for over the issues relating to the financing of a film called The Chosen One in 2010 to direct a DVD dramatic feature starring the former Saturday Night Live comedian. He was sued for $1.5 million, and I believe that was the reason why he could not be in Grown Ups 2 because of that lawsuit, because of his court dates and stuff like that. So that's the reason why Rob Schneider couldn't be in Grown Ups 2.
That sucks.
But Anchorman 2's coming up pretty soon. And also, 3 days away, I believe. Yes, it is.
It is very soon. It's right around the corner, actually.
Thursday night, Friday morning is the second release of The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug.
Yep. Do you already have your ticket ordered? Are you going to go see it in IMAX 3D?
I do not have it ordered yet. I'll probably do it today, if anything, and get my ticket for the IMAX 3D version.
Cool. I went and I saw Homefront.
How was that?
It was interesting. They kind of set it up for a sequel. I don't think it needs to be a sequel at all, but it had a lot of actors that I did not know that was in the movie. Remember the cop? I'm sure you do remember the cop that was playing in the Andy Dufresne movie, Shawshank Redemption? Like the main cop, the main henchman.
You mean the head guard?
Yeah, the head
at the
guard.
Prison?
He was the cop in the movie.
Oh, was he?
Yes, yeah. So it was kind of weird to see him in almost like the same role, but they kind of portrayed him as a bad guy, and then he got a chance to be a good guy towards the end. So it's a little bit different how the movie took kind of a turn, but I don't want to say Breaking Bad has really set a tone for every time I see someone cooking meth or something, but it seems
Were they cooking Blue Crystal?
They were not cooking Blue Crystal, but no, they were cooking meth. And there was a meth lab in the movie, so it's like, oh my god.
They have a guy named Walter White working there?
No. There's no cancer patients around that I noticed or that I seen.
So speaking of cancer patients, I watched Elysium the other day.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
With Matt Damon, it was decent, you know what I mean? Like, the movie was good, the acting was good, and the technology and the CGI that they had was amazing. The whole premise behind the movie is that Earth has been so polluted and fucked up and destroyed that the rich, in order to protect their way of life, creates this orbital living platform in space to keep themselves away from the lowly people on Earth, where there's no disease, no death. Basically, they have health chambers that, like, this guy gets his face blown off by a grenade. Spoilers. And, you think he's dead. It's like, great, he's finally dead. But nope, they stick him in an imaging chamber, it rebuilds its fucking face. So was he
a fucking cyborg or something?
No, it just rebuilds its face, his organic tissue.
Interesting.
And he comes back to life.
So it's kind of like that episode of Futurama where Fry gets impaled with a rod, and then he ate like an egg white sandwich or something from a truck stop, and then he can regenerate his cells.
The worms rebuilt him, made him faster, stronger.
Yeah, eat that black tomato, and all of a sudden he can just regenerate his own cells.
Look
and
here,
his body.
human! My family came over on the sandwich. I was born here. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, and but the only
I thought that was something upstairs. That was you farting?
Maybe. Anyway.
I thought that was something being drug across the floor.
So it didn't make sense, though, because one guy gets shot by a gun, you know what I mean, like in the chest.
And then I'm sure he died, right?
And he died. He died. But this guy gets his whole entire face blown off. His brain's intact. He's not breathing anymore.
But they can resurrect his life, but they can't resurrect the guy who got shot in the chest.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. That part was kind of like a kind of fucked up moment, but it's kind of sadly reminiscent of like Mexican citizens trying to get across the U.S. border.
They do a lot of shit in order to try to get to our country.
Because what they were doing is this underground guy named Spider was giving them false Elysium IDs, and they would fly like 6 ships at a time up there trying to get in, and they get shot down. So one ship would make it, and like their first priority, they know they're going to get deported, but they want to get to this health chamber because every house has one to fix whatever elements that's wrong with them. And what Matt Damon's character gets is he's like a habitual offender of like drugs and like stealing cars and stuff like that. So he's working at this job to where he builds like service robots and police robots and shit like that. And one of the doors get jammed on the radiation chamber, and he goes inside to kick it loose, and he gets stuck in there, and he gets basically zapped with full radiation poisoning, and he only has 5 days to live. So in order for him to stand up straight and be able to do this job where they need like information to hack into Elysium to make everyone on Earth a citizen of Elysium, because they have the technology and the power up there to cure everyone on Earth and fix Earth, but they choose not to because they're rich. So what they do is they hook this like third generation exosuit into his body. They basically screw into his hip bones, his arm bones, and everything. It's so disgusting and fucked up. And so he can walk because he's so fucked up from radiation poisoning. He has 5 days to get up there and cure himself. But in the end, Matt Damon, spoiler, ends up dying because the technology they hijacked from the guy that gets shot to reset Elysium, the only way they could take it out is if he dies. So he gives up his life to save humanity.
Well, that's good. It's also what it sounds like is the ending of Mass Effect 3. You know, Shepard dies in order to save Earth.
No, not the same thing. But it's a pretty good movie. I liked it.
Good. You were talking about the plot for that movie. The plot, I should get in a little bit for the listeners out there that have not seen Homefront to want to know more about it. The plot is this. So this guy was an undercover agent for the FBI. I'm going to do a long story short version of this, not give away too many things, but he was in the FBI undercover. He got out of it, and he was in a witness protection agency, and he was in a different part of the world, different part of the country, I should say the United States. So he's hanging out in, you know, it was like Louisiana, there was swampland, all that kind of stuff, and so get this, Nate. The plot line is this. His daughter in school gets picked on.
Starts using drugs.
No, it's not that hardcore.
Who sold you the drugs?
So the daughter gets picked on by a bully, and she goes and breaks the bully's nose. Then all of a sudden, the bully's parents have ties with like the Louisiana mob and like a biker gang and all this kind of stuff, which ties in at the end. But this goes along to where they were fine. Now all of a sudden, the daughter beats up this kid, and now an entire mob and like task force is after this guy, Jason Statham, and his daughter.
I'm already bored and confused.
Is it like a fucked up plot line for a movie?
It is, because that's so fucking absurdly insane that they have like a scuffle in school, and now the mob wants to kill them.
Yeah, it's like the biker gang mob. They want to go through and fucking kill the guy now. So they go through and, you know, set up.
Your daughter beat up my son.
That's what it is. That's pretty much what it is. And
it's terrible.
The father gets beat up, and then the mother goes and reaches out to her brother, and who is cooking the meth and all that kind of shit. But spoiler. Long story short, would I recommend it? Not to go see it in theaters. No, do not go see it in theaters. Please do not. Save your money. Save your $8. But watch it when it comes out on TV. I would not recommend going through and even renting it for a couple bucks.
So, a movie I just noticed that's coming out. It's called One Chance. It's the true story behind the amazing talents of Paul Potts.
Well, Paul Potts reminded me of that large kid who everybody was making fun of before he started singing with that one girl, the duet.
Jonathan something. Also, he was on Britain's Got Talent as well.
But he was a phenomenal fucking singer.
Yes.
He was amazing. And looking at him, you would think World of Warcraft player. You would not think of opera singer, an opera connoisseur, and just everything opera.
Jonathan Colton was his name, I believe.
Jonathan Colton? Okay. Very, very, very good singer he was.
But I'm surprised they're actually doing a movie on him instead of the other Britain's Got Talent lady.
Oh, you're talking about the older lady that looked like she belonged on a cooking show.
That or in a Crazy Loon.
Oh, yeah, one of the two. But yes, I do know what you're talking about. But now they're going to have a Terminator reboot of the Terminator series. And Arnold Schwarzenegger has already been in set to be on the franchise for the next couple movies. And it's going to start out with Terminator Genesis. Or Genesis.
Come with me. My hip.
So Terminator Genesis is going to be coming out July 1st of 2015. And what the release date is scheduled thus far. And it's going to be directed by, I believe, Alan Taylor, who does the work for Thor, the new Thor movie, The Dark World.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go. I'm really hoping it's not going to be a trilogy that's going to suck dick. I'm sure it will, but, shit, you never know these days. Californication. After 7 seasons, the show is finally being done.
Finally.
I've never watched one episode. Have you ever seen it?
I tried to muddle through the first season, but it's terrible. It's all pot jokes. It's just like weeds. You know what I mean?
I've heard of weeds, never seen it.
I don't know. I just couldn't stomach it. You know what I mean? It wasn't my cup of tea. Like it was the same thing with True Blood. Like I enjoyed the first 4 seasons, and then as soon as you find out Snooki is a pixie, it's like, oh great, this just went a complete and horrible other.
You
turn.
say Snooki?
Sookie.
Oh, Sookie. Okay, I thought you said Snooki. So one thing that we didn't talk about in the previous weeks was Brian dying on Family Guy. We forgot to mention in any of our fucking podcasts that he died.
I brought it up last week.
I don't remember us talking about it. When I
bitched about it.
When I go through and re-edit it.
I could have swore I said something about Brian dying.
Maybe I just went through and didn't.
It wasn't last week's podcast. It was the podcast previous.
Yeah, it was in last month, but he will be returning to Family Guy, from what Seth MacFarlane said. So that is a soon return that's going to be happening. A lot of people are going to be very, very, very happy that he's back.
I just can't wait for this new Godzilla film to come out.
They got in our trailer, or you just looking at more factoids and everything?
More factoids.
Okay.
I love Godzilla films. I also love Frankenstein films. I was looking up Frankenstein films today.
Oh, boy.
And seeing what kind of Frankenstein films they're coming out with. And, the newest one, I, Frankenstein.
Right.
With Aaron Eckhart, looks amazing.
We talked a little bit about that. What was the one Frankenstein with Robert De Niro? What one would that be?
That would be Mary
under?
Shelley's Frankenstein.
Okay. I didn't know that was Robert De Niro for the longest time.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd never...
He plays the Frankenstein's monster.
I never realized that until, you can kind of see it in his facial expressions a little bit, how he would go and act.
But I guess the best Frankenstein was the original Frankenstein's movie.
Was that in the 40s that came out? When was that, roughly?
I think it was late 30s, early 40s.
Okay, yes.
It was the old black and white, the over-the-top acting. It's alive! It's alive! Insane, crazy, over-the-top acting.
It was very good, though, yes.
I love that one every single time. But anyway, that's it for me for movies and TV shows.
Yeah, real quick. Have you ever seen the show Low Winter Sun on AMC? The one that's
the
based
replacement for
in Detroit?
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
That's not really...
It was the replacement for Breaking Bad.
Well, kind of, because it was ending, but...
Because it was about drug dealers and dirty cops.
Yeah, well, anyway, the base in Detroit is shut down. They're not going to be having it anymore, so AMC canceled the show. They will not be coming back for Season 2.
Because the ratings sucked.
Yeah, ratings did suck for it. I remember watching it. It's really cool to watch shows that are in Detroit, like the movie Four Brothers. You can really see a lot of the city and what it actually looks like because it's run down and pretty crappy in most parts. But in this show, you can see the guys drinking, when they're drinking beer, they're drinking Michigan brewed beers, which is really cool. Because you can recognize some of the labels, and I just thought that was the coolest thing.
He's drinking Old Dirty Bastard, oh God.
He was drinking the Dirty Blonde and the Dirty Bastard and Bollywood Blonde and all that kind of stuff. But yes, I'm done right now. Everybody, thank you for listening for another fucking week of us babbling about whatever the hell we want to rant about on the podcast. Go ahead and, Nate, tell all the listeners where you can contact us and where you can find us again.
Go to www.everydaygaming.society.com. Check us out on our Facebook, Everyday Gaming Society as well. Go ahead and check out our Twitter, which is EGS Productions. And also check out our iTunes as well. Go to EGS Productions on iTunes. Follow the review. We also posted a link on the Facebook website as well. Go on there and give us a review. For every review that you give us, we'll donate 2 comics to the local children's hospital. It goes for a good cause, so go ahead and just do it. It'll also help us out. But you're also helping out children, which is a lot more important than our reviews.
Don't think about us, you guys. Think about the children.
Also, check us out on our WordPress. God, that fucking Reese's Peanut Butter Cup's coming back up.
You're not even halfway through that fucking thing.
No, it's like death. Anyway, worst $10 I've ever spent in my life. Do not buy the 2.5-pound cups.
Especially they don't sell them individually, just like one fucking one patty. That's like a 4-pound hamburger patty, it looks like.
We'll give it to Zeus.
Oh, that dude, that dog will be shitting his brains out for a week.
Die of something. But anyway,
isn't chocolate poisonous for dogs? Yes,
it should be. Yeah. He's
I think it
motor
is.
oil and shit like that.
Coolant, yeah, transmission
He'll
oil.
live.
Yeah, license plates, children.
Small trees and rocks.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and check us out on our Facebook, our website. Just go ahead and give us a review. We'll donate comics to the Children's Hospital. Just send us an email as well at EGS Productions at Hotmail, right?
At hotmail.com. Yes.
And let us know that you put a review on there, and we'll donate 2 comic books in your name to the local children's hospital when we take it there.
If you like our intros, please go ahead and say that you like our intros, and we can get creative each and every week by doing a new intro, something improv and something different on the fly, no script at all.
Yeah, those were all one take.
Yeah, well, I would say one take.
Well, the first one was completely all one take. The second one
yes.
took a little more creative and ingenious to make that work.
The second one took a lot more editing.
Yes, because I kept on saying horrible, depressing things.
Yes, and we already talked about horrible, depressing, dying shit on the podcast, so... but it probably would have fit in kind of okay.
But go ahead and check us out on there. I still haven't posted the video of the week yet on the Facebook. I will do that possibly tomorrow.
I'll go ahead and post as well the donation center where you guys can donate to Paul Walker's charity, or you guys go ahead and just buy the DVD and send us a message that you guys did buy the DVD, or even send us a picture of you with the DVD. Please, no dick pics.
No selfies of your penis, please.
Boob shots. I'm sure Nate will take it at his email. I'll forward everything to his crap. He'll love it. Or even if you want to send dick pics, I'll send those to Nate too.
Oh, you're an asshole. That's it. I'm going to poop myself right now.
Yeah.
On top of your computer and slam the lid.
You better not. Fucking warranty is out on this thing now.
Shit sandwich for real. So anyway, just go ahead and write us a review. We'll donate to the Children's Hospital. Also, go ahead and check out our Facebook. And also, when we post stuff on Facebook, guys, and girls, especially girls, go ahead and hit like. Leave us a comment on our videos.
Or hit the share button. Share with your friends.
Share with your friends. Give us feedback. Let us know if you like it or you don't like it. Just send us a comment whether you liked it or not. That way we can kind of tailor it to your wants and your likes. It helps us out a lot.
There's pictures of Nate and I on there. If you guys want to go ahead and draw us, if you guys want to create a new photo for us or create something that you think that we would like and we can go and share to the community, please go ahead, and please no dick drawings.
You're just opening up a whole entire fucking Pandora's box of letting them do that. But anyway,
I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny for them to draw us and just not fucking each other, please.
Yeah, right. I'm already sensing the horrible drawings that are coming in.
I think it'd be pretty funny, at least just to see the first 5 and then delete the rest.
But thanks a lot for listening to this week's podcast, boys and girls. Go ahead and check out our Facebook, not Instagram. I haven't set up an Instagram.
No, we haven't.
But Facebook, EGS Productions Podcast at iTunes, our Facebook, and EverydayGamingSociety.com.
Twitter,
YouTube.
Instagram.
Not Instagram. Why do I keep saying Instagram?
Because you need to make an account.
Yes,
Instagram.
Woohoo!
Maybe we can post some behind-the-scenes stuff of what we do at the office besides farting and producing horrible takes that we have to edit out afterwards.
All right.
Yep, every week.
It's 4:30 in the morning here, boys and girls.
It is. Holy shit. So every Wednesday, please go ahead and go to our website and re-download old episodes, share them with your friends. We have all 78 episodes up there, and come back every Wednesday for a new episode. We got new video game content coming out for video game series, achievement guides, walkthroughs, and all that cool stuff. Nate has taken the train and going through and posting a new video of the week that he finds hilarious that makes him shit himself every week. So, guys, please go on Facebook. And
it's done with love, boys and girls. Love.
Love and poop. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening. I will talk to everybody next week. Nate, you have anything else to say?
Just go ahead and send us your love. Love in tiny little boxes.
While wearing those condoms. Those small,
Please
thin,
don't use condoms.
those very thin millimeter condoms.
We had to bring it up. Anyway, thanks for listening, boys and girls. Talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Take it easy and make sure you to hygiene and shower, shave regularly.
Compton.